What's going on? I'm already on the run. I'm wearing the Porsche Design 7176S or Fina. Next up, there are a number of important YouTube content creators who are posturing, propagating the myth, the falsehood that watches are not an investment. Watches absolutely are an investment class. They are an asset class. These YouTube creators are watch dealers in the gray market and watch sellers otherwise. They invest in watches all day long. They buy low, they sell high. That is an investment. The question becomes, can watches be an investment for you and I? And they absolutely can. We have to put in the work though, don't we? And are we willing to do it? And we need to make some distinctions between assets and liabilities and short-term investment versus long-term investment. Assets versus liabilities. An asset is something that is making you money. A liability is something that is losing you money. The easiest way to understand the liability is your car. If you go and buy a brand new car for 30 grand and you drive it off that lot, it is immediately now worth $26,000 or less. Liability. Oh, but you say, oh, D, what if I buy that car and I start driving for Uber or something? Until your Uber, Lyft payback exceeds the value you put into that car, it remains a liability. It doesn't become a form of income to you until it is making you the money, and even then it's kind of a wishy-wash. Here's an investment, an asset where a car is an asset. Let's say you have a Ford Mustang dealer in your neck of the woods, and you buy one of their super GT 350 models for 100 grand. And then within 2 weeks, you sell it to some Mustang guy from out of state who couldn't get one for 125 grand. Boom. That was an asset for its entire life period with you. You get the point. Ideally, an asset you're holding is making you money, passive income, while it's in your possession. There's not a lot of things that do that. Real estate's one, right? You buy a duplex. You live in half, you rent out the other half. The rent from that second half pays the mortgage, etc. You get the point. Short-term, long-term investments and a store of value. If you want to see where things are going, follow the Chinese. There's been reports that the Chinese are discontinuing investing in real estate and turning their attention to blue chip watch brands. And that is certainly one trend. I'm not saying follow that trend. What I'm saying is only the blue chip watch brands are going to be good for long-term investments. And for the purposes of this diatribe, long-term is 3 years or greater. Rolex, AP, Patek, and obviously only certain models in those lines. If you buy it retail, you're going to make your money. It's going to be a good store of value beyond 3 years, pretty much guaranteed. I love Omega, but if you go and buy an Omega out of an AD today, let's say you get 5 or 10% off, you pay list minus that, you are not going to make up your money. If that watch sits in your bank vault, your bat cave, your fortress of solitude for 5 years, you're not going to get past the value relative to the 4% year over year cost of living. That money would have been better serving you actively in a different way over that time period, because that watch is not going to improve that much over that time period. But if you buy low and sell high less than 3 years, where the 3.5% to 4% year over year cost of living increase is not impactful, where you're making 10% or greater, particularly if you move the piece in less than a year. You got to experience the watch. As a non-dealer, if you net out on a sale, you're making money because you got an experience out of it. You got to wear it, you got to experience it. It adds to your knowledge base. It was an asset if you made money. You buy low, you sell high, you make money. That's a return on an investment. That is a valuable investment. And you don't have to do it on just the blue chip brands. You can do it on a G-Shock. You can do it on this watch. I bought this watch. It's the Lemania based movement for pre-pandemic $1,400. And it's a watch I wanted to own. But I kept buying them because I had a sense, my read of the market was it was undervalued, particularly relative to the way the Hoyers have always been trending up. So I've been gobbling them up. And sure enough, nowadays, you can't find a good example under 3,500. Be lucky to find one under 4Gs. The Valjus you can find under that, and I'm still collecting those. The last one of these I paid $2,000 for, and my goal is to never pay more than 1,500. But they're still going up and up and up. But this has been a store of value for me, as are the other ones that are in the safe. And this is a $6,000 to $8,000 watch all day long. And when they start getting up to that, I don't think they're going to go past that. I'm probably going to flip a few and make my money out of it. And it will have paid for this. That has been your Rod and Rant for the day. I was super charged up for it. I don't like when YouTubers in my space, it's not really my space, it's their space. I'm the one intruding, more or less. Start putting forth falsehood. It's not right. Now, granted, short term versus long term, and you have to put in the work. There's no way I could buy these if I didn't put in the work, and I made some mistakes along the way. You have to know the market if you want to play in the market, and it just comes from watch hunting, looking at watches, talking to watch people, getting some watch buddies, having some fun with it. And they are right when they say you make your money when you buy the watch, not when you sell it. So my 2 cents on the day, hoping you have a lovely day yourself. All right, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.